Honestly, when it comes to first impressions, Neo 3 has won me over. This game is extremely fun. First of all, it is hard, not to the point that I would say is frustratingly hard. It is not. This is the type of game that you're gonna fight some fights and you're gonna realize that you're supposed to remember patterns. And these patterns are just simple. As long as you're paying attention, you should be able to afford the win. Especially now that they made the open world. Now, I don't really want to call it an open world because it is not. It is an open zone, and the zone is really big. Now, basically, how it works is you got a bunch of side missions all around the open world, open zone, whatever you want to call it. And as you do them, you get stronger. So you can basically overpower the world or the open zone in this map. For example, you can get level 10 and start killing the level 5s. They don't entirely have levels, but you can feel it. You can see yourself doing more damage. And this is amazing because normally that's how I play these games. I try to do all the side quests and then I go to the main story. So far, I've only lost like 4 times in the span of like 15 hours. And that's because one of them was at the beginning, the training, because I wasn't used to the controllers. The other one was me following a side quest and I fell into water. PSA, do not go into water. This dude is worse than Cole McGrath in Infamous. The third one was me basically checking to see if it's true that this dude can swim. And yeah, he cannot swim. Any puddle of water is gonna kill you. There have been moments where I go, oh crap, this is probably gonna be a very hard fight because I see a giant in the corner. I'm like, I'm gonna fight him either way. I go and I actually end up killing them. I'm not saying I'm a good player. I'm not saying I'm the greatest Souls-like player out there. No, no, no. I am dumb. I'm not very good at these games. It's just the fact that I did a bunch of the side quests and I ended up, over leveling this whole character. Now, speaking about the side quests, there's something I want to say about the side quests. The side quests are very good, not because of the voice acting or the what's happening in the game. No, it's because they don't make you backtrack. So like if one spirit gives you a side quest, you do the whole side quest and you don't have to come back to that spirit to return and finish the side quest. No, the side quest ends in that moment when you finish the side quest, when you finish the fight. And I think that is great because you have the freedom to go anywhere. You go forward, you finish that fight, you finish that side quest, and you can go right or left. It is up to you. And that's why this open zone works so well. The other thing that works so well about this open zone is that discovering and the traveling and you finding different enemies that you can fight and you finding different shrines that you can teleport to, fast travel. It's fun. Like every corner that you go to, you find something different. The exploration, I think, is top tier. Not because of the things that's happening in the game, like the storytelling or anything like that. No, no, no. I keep coming back to that because the storytelling and the voice acting is really bad. Like it's comically bad. No, it's not because of that. It's because of how everything looks and the enemies that are put in certain places that make the combat much better. And also, like whenever you're fighting, you keep going forward and you're kind of in your mind planning if you should keep going forward or save and spawn these enemies again so that you can keep going forward or retry whatever fight you just did to see if you can do it better. You doing that, you're also leveling up and over leveling as you go. Some enemies are stronger than others. Some enemies surprise you. So this plays a part on that. Should I keep going forward or should I just rest here, restart everything so that now that I know that that character, that enemy is going to jump on me, I can avoid that. I can save some health so that on the next fight I can do better. The exploration is really good. The other thing that's really good is the combat. The combat is very fun. It is very fast. Even though I using Odashi, the combat is extremely fun. You're always looking at your stamina. You're always looking at the enemy stamina as well. You're comparing, should I do another move so that his stamina can get lower? Should I not? Should I key blast so that I can recover my stamina? Like everything is just so mental when it comes to combat. And then they introduce the Shinobi shift, which is basically you press R2 and you can do a parry if one of the enemies does a red move, or you can just turn into a shinobi and do a completely different moveset with a completely different set of mechanics, which is something that I am impressed that they added this in this game. This changes the dynamic completely because you can play against one boss two completely different ways. It's up to you if you want to do samurai only. It's up to you if you want to do ninja only. And it's up to you if you want to do both of them because they're completely different. You can do samurai and go very slow and hit really hard. Or you can do ninja and go really fast and hit, not that hard. Having the option is what makes this game so fun. Because to me, I don't necessarily care about the ninja mode. It is faster, it is fun, but I want to hit hard. I want to put all my points in strength so that once I hit once, all of my stamina is gone, but his health is also gone. That's the type of gameplay that I use. So you probably know that I'm a great sword player. Even though the game is very good at combat and is very good at exploration, it is pretty bad at voice acting and it is very bad at storytelling because I have absolutely no idea what is going on in the story. I know I am still like level 30 on the first map, but I really don't know what's going on. And the voice acting is just funny. It's hilarious the way they act it. One cool thing that you had in the other games that they brought it back here is the transformations. The yokai transformations are really cool. I have one that is the first one that they give you, but it is basically an easy mode. Once you have that bar full, you can just do a transformation and do massive amounts of damage. But the best part of it is that it looks cool and it feels fun. You can't really die when you're transformed, so it's just a safe button. The other thing they added is the special skill that you do with that transformation. And the cool thing about it is that you get two because you have samurai mode and ninja mode. That way, you're doing whatever you want in that moment. You want to do only ninjutsus, you can start throwing shurikens and stuff like that in ninja mode. Or if you're in samurai mode, you can do stances. Like the way that the ninja mode and the samurai mode work are very, very different. And this is why I think it is so amazing. This mechanic is so incredibly fun to use. Even if you're not entirely willing to do only one, it is so fun to use both of them just for the hell of it, just for the fun of it. Because you could be dying as a samurai and you can switch to the ninja and just start running because normally you would be faster. As you do side missions and you start collecting things in the map and you get stronger, you unlock these crucibles, which are basically dungeons. And in that dungeon, you have a boss that it should be a little hard to kill. But so far, I think I over leveled so much that it was an okay fight. Also in the map, as you explore, you come across these mini bosses, which are much harder than regular enemies. But also, again, the game is not that hard. And I'm okay with that. I'm the type of player that does not like hard games. But I understand that some bosses and mini bosses should be harder. And when it comes to this game, I think those should be harder. Maybe when I get a little further, the bosses do get harder. The mini bosses do get harder. The exploring it is much harder. But on the first 15-20 hours of the game is not that hard. The first map is very simple. You are gonna die a few times, but you're also gonna have a lot of fun exploring and killing everything on sight. So far, based on my first impressions, I think this game is great. Like everything I've seen is amazing. The game is very fun. You lose track of time just playing, just exploring. Because I'm telling you, the game is really fun. Only thing is, the first cutscenes and the first storytellings and the beginning of the voice acting are very goofy. So don't expect something that is gonna blow you out of the water. It will not. It is very goofy, but the game is very fun. And I think out of all of the Neo games right now, I think this is the best one so far. I don't know what's gonna happen on the other half of the game. I don't know if it's gonna be better, it's gonna be worse. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be better because how can you possibly mess up combat, after you established it? So if you're debating on buying this game or not, if you're a fan of Neo games, buy this game. You're gonna have a lot of fun. If you're not, I think you're still gonna have a lot of fun because of how so far easy the game is.